Good Court, the movie podcast where Sean
And Michael.
And Gary.
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
Talk to me. I couldn't remember the name of the movie
Yeah,
for a
I
minute.
forgot.
We watched the A24.
Ooh.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, it is a horror
A
movie.
spectral horror movie
So spectral.
called Talk to Me from Australia.
Yes.
Should have been
that's
called
correct.
Talk to the Hand. You know?
Talk to the hand. That's really good.
Tweet at us for alternate titles to this movie. Talk to the Hands 1. What was some other good ones? Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
Grab it. Grab it, the movie.
Bop it. Pull it.
Pull it. Yeah.
And you know what happens in this movie, fellas?
So much happens in it.
What happens is, as a party trick, some kids hold the hand. It's a ceramic hand, which may or may not have a Satanist hand inside of it. And when you hold it and say, talk to me, you see ghosts.
Oh,
And they're very slimy ghosts.
very slimy, wet.
And then, if you say... Wait, what do you say?
Talk to me.
No, you say that. What do
Let
you
me
say?
in. Let them. You come in me. Come on me.
Come
in my
inside
ass.
me
Come
hard.
in my ass. That's good.
If you say blow loads in my
Blow
ass,
loads.
then
I let you in.
I let you
There
in,
we go.
yes.
I was like, what is it?
if you say I let you in, then you have what is a drug experience,
yeah,
it
like,
seems.
oh.
It is an interesting throughout drug metaphor that I don't think entirely works, but it is cool.
Yeah.
It's like at some point, one lady gets so into the drug of being incorporated with a dead person that she begins to see. She's having like flashbacks, acid
Yes.
flashbacks, or something like that. But basically, what happens is this lady goes in deep, and she starts to see her dead mom, and then her friend, the little boyfriend she knows,
Oh.
not boyfriend, but boy space friend, decides to smash his goddamn
Yes.
head into
Ooh, it's
everything in the room.
Crazy.
And then she has to save him from that. And the only way to do it is to roll his ass into the street. But you know what? At the very last moment, spoiler alert. I know I said
Oh,
but
big spoiler.
big spoiler alert. She jumps into the street her damn
Oh.
self. All the lights start to go out. She sees herself in a mirror, but she ain't in the mirror.
She ain't in the mirror.
And then she shakes hands with some other dumbass kids who
Yeah.
are in like Spain or something,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
having a party. And then she realizes that her life is not her own, and that she's just a floating spirit
Floating
who's
spirit,
at the
baby.
mercy of dumb kids
Oof.
at a party. And
Awful.
isn't there nothing worse than being at the mercy
Yeah.
of dumb kids at a party?
It is the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone.
Fellas, what's the best part of this movie? The beef lamb gyro.
Beef lamb, beef lamb, beef lamb, flam.
Be flam-
Take two.
First, I wanted to ask, what did y'all think of it?
Oh,
Did y'all like it? Did you hate it?
did you like it,
Did
Gary?
you love it?
You know, I think I didn't like it.
Really?
I think I didn't. Yeah.
didn't?
I did.
Tell me more.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand. I mean, of course, there was a lot of distractions tonight.
There were a
Yeah.
lot of distractions.
We had there was a school of babies that came to see the
yeah.
movie, apparently.
Yes.
So there was a baby going off.
There was that scene from The Flash where there's like 15 babies.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was,
Except it was just in our theater.
They were all
theater.
there.
Yeah.
Which at some point, somebody finally said, "Why would you bring a baby
Yeah.
in this movie?"
It's true.
I
And yeah, you could tell everybody was like, "Yeah, preach.
yeah, preach.
Let her eat.
Yeah, let her
Let her cook."
And then she flew out. I saw the mom run
Yeah.
out with the kid. And then when I went to the bathroom, I went around the corner and she was like right there. I was like, oh, sorry.
I was thinking it'd be funny to agree with that lady and be like, "Yeah, kill the baby."
Kill the baby.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, no, wait.
Also, there should have been I think there were at least 10 to 15 different notifications on phones.
For sure, yeah. Notifications I hadn't even heard in like
Yeah.
20
Yeah, that was
years.
wild. I
Like
heard-
old Nokia.
I heard someone choking, I think, at one point. I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on back
And
there?
it was weird because there was so much sound in the theater that sometimes movie sound I thought
Yes.
was
Yeah.
theater sound.
100%.
There was like one part where somebody's like, "My God, I want to speak to you," and I was like, "Who the fuck
Who
is
is
talking
I know.
in the
talking right
theater?"
now? Yeah.
Anytime they would use like the left channel or right channel, I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if this is in
Yeah.
the movie or not.
Shut the fuck up back there.
Yeah, shut the who's
Oh, that creepy baby crying. Oh, no, that's a real child.
That's a real joke.
Somebody in this movie won't turn off their notifications.
Yeah, the baby whine. Sometimes I was like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just in the theater.
No, I don't know why I don't think I like the movie. I mean, honestly, the audience was probably one of the more fun aspects.
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, we were having fun.
I think it was the drug metaphor. I thought was kind of shallow, maybe. But at first,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it
pretty
was.
shallow.
I thought it was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I don't know. And then I think my main problem with the movie is there was like not really any likable characters
That's good.
at all.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they were
so-
all so self-centered and
Yeah.
like shitty that like the only good character was the kid who pounded his face into
Yeah.
the corner of a tile
That was
countertop.
wild.
So fucked up.
I was
Um,
like, "Oh my god!"
But I would say the things that I did like about the movie were when it did crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because it was
It's
like,
quite crazy.
okay, that's all right. That's enough for me just to have like, a guy bashing his face into a counter
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and a guy almost having sex with a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's
wild.
good stuff.
I guess
I was
you're
like,
like,
"Oh my gosh."
it's almost more fun to see that shit in front of people because you're
Yes.
like, oh, I bet they can't believe this.
Absolutely.
exactly.
There were a
That's
few
very true.
girls at our 8:00 maybe if we're
Oh.
using the clock's face, and she was like, "What?" Anytime, which she was fun. She
That's
she
great.
made me have a good time because she kept going, "What?"
Early on in the movie, this lady right behind me goes, "Oh, I'm going to be talking back." I was like, "That's amazing."
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That made it more enjoyable.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that.
Michael, I liked it.
I had fun with it, but I can see a lot of what Gary says. I'm giving it it was fun.
It was fun.
No,
It-
I wouldn't say, okay. Well, no, I won't give away my low main.
Whoa! Don't give away your low man. Let's talk about the very best part of this movie,
Whoa,
Michael.
whoa.
What's
Okay, the very best part
the
of
very
this
best part of
picture-
this movie, Michael?
It's so hard not to pick the scene where the kid bashes his head in. Because
That's
it's
a good.
incredible.
Go ahead and pick it.
It's powerful.
You know what?
It is legitimately powerful. It's
Yeah.
so fucked up.
It's awesome.
And everybody's just like, oh!
Holy shit.
The whole crowd is just like, oh!
Yeah.
No, stop him. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, he starts to try to rip his eyeball out.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, holy
It's so
shit.
awful.
I thought they were just going to, and I was like, why is no one stopping? It took
Yeah.
them way too long to stop.
I would probably freeze in that moment.
I would be screaming, but I would jump onto him and try to
Yeah.
crush him.
You're a hero. Don't kill yourself. I'll kill you.
I'll kill
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll show you.
Just shoot him in the head.
It's like Airplane where you're just slapping him.
I saw this is a side story. I saw this really good video of this grandma in VR, and she takes the VR and she pulls out a knife because she's so scared it's like real.
Uh-huh.
And everyone's like, "No, grandma, it's just on the TV." And then she sees like a shark on the TV, and then she shoots the TV.
What?
And I was like, "This is crazy! What a crazy world!"
Was it a?
It was fake. Sorry,
Okay.
I should have
Oh,
prefaced.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Like-
this. What happened?
Yeah,
She
this
had a-
really
They
happened.
gave her a gun.
They gave her a gun.
Uh-oh.
But we
We
got
have-
a special guest. What did you think of the movie Fire Truck?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, the actual truck is.
Yeah. The hose is talking like
Well,
Hey, what about you, Mr. Dalmatian?
What about you, Mr. Axe?
I love it.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. Okay, yeah.
Is it the face smashing scene, Michael?
You know what? I'm gonna go with a different one.
Oh, okay.
It's the second time he starts smashing his head. So I was like, oh my god, they're doing it again.
That
Yeah,
part's really
here he
good,
goes
too.
I thought they
again.
were just gonna straight up kill him. Like,
Yeah.
I thought, because there's a part where he's smashing his head in the tile after he bites his sister,
Yeah.
which was scary. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, he's like a zombie now.
Yeah.
And then he's bleeding everywhere and he looks down at the blood. And I thought he was going to start slamming himself sideways.
Yeah.
But then he just starts licking. the
Yeah.
blood. It's
Very
so messed up. I was like,
creepy.
ooh. And he's like laughing. It's
Yeah,
really
when he's
creepy.
smashing his head against the
Oh.
tile, the sound is really intense.
Oof. Yeah, it's like, oh
Yeah.
It
my
is
god.
like it's interesting because I bet in like a non-theater setting, or if I wasn't around people, it might be too insane.
Yeah.
because it really is crash,
You're like, oof.
crash.
Yeah.
It's like smash, big loud
Yeah.
smash noise. But it's so like it was really good with the crowd. It was just like
Ah, yeah.
but he's like laughing, scary, like monster laugh.
Yeah.
And when he starts licking up the blood,
Oh, God.
it's
It
really
was
creepy.
freaky.
Creepy shit.
Yeah, I really liked that. I was like, that scared me. That was freaky.
Michael, you know what the best part of this movie is?
Uh-huh.
Gary, do you know what the beef lamure of this movie is?
What would you say?
There's a fun like we're all getting fucked up party montage.
Yeah, that was nice.
And they're playing some kind of vaguely like French sidewalk sounding, like there's accordion music, and they're all partying and getting wild and really enjoying commuting with the dead and speaking with the dead.
Who would?
And at one point the main character, whose name is Mia, begins to sing in French.
Yeah, that was wild. I like that.
To the music that we've been hearing, that we assume is just sort of generic montage
Oh,
music, but she
great.
starts going. It's, it's pretty amazing.
If you speak French, please write in what Sean just said.
Yes. But I think it really is one of the interesting things that doesn't necessarily hang together as it goes on. Like the
Yeah.
drug thing sort of falls apart. And maybe that isn't really even the entire point of it. It's just
Yeah.
like, maybe that's just like, it's sort of like a drug, but actually it's not anything like a drug because actually you're talking to demons and shit. So
Yeah.
it's not a drug. It's just demons and shit.
It's
but
just demons and shit.
I like that it is fun and silly at first.
Yeah.
Like we know because the first scene is a guy stabbing himself in the eye
That
with
was
a
wild.
knife.
Like, damn.
That it's bad, but they are like filming it like TikTok.
They're having a blast.
They're doing Instagram Live. They're like, this is crazy. He's talking to a fucking dead guy. Whoa! And I like that it's very flippant.
Yeah.
They have this relationship to talking to the dead that is very silly.
Yeah, that was
I
interesting.
hope this person is okay.
Yeah, something bad is going on.
Yeah.
Fire truck and an ambulance.
We didn't get ambulance's opinion, but they're too far now. But
yeah. Mo, speaking of ambulance,
Ooh.
remember ambulance?
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh, how could I
Michael Bay
forget?
picture. Have you seen it yet, Gary?
I have. I
It's fucking
MU
awesome.
did
LA.
watch that.
It's
Yeah.
insane. Okay, Gary.
I will say I do.
Before you talk shit about this movie, Gary, say the best thing.
I mean, the best thing is the smashing the head. Also, whenever they cut back to him just in the hospital
Yeah.
bed,
Oh my god!
it was just funny because he just like it's so
It was
fucked up.
messed
Fucked
up.
up.
You're like, jeez.
And, yeah,
He's also got like the history that you don't see in the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's got so many bite marks on
Oh.
his arms because
Oh, yeah.
the ghost inside of him is
Mhm.
biting his own damn arms.
So crazy.
Sorry to interrupt, Gary. Tell
And
me more.
I mean, I think I did like how it, made it seem so flippant with the talking to the demons and
Yeah.
stuff. Because like, there is that whole thing where people be like, "Oh yeah, I did DMT at a fucking Too Short concert,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that's probably not a good idea, man."
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
really
great.
Oh yeah,
stupid.
just I took acid and went to Dave and Buster's. Just like doing this like quote unquote holy thing and just doing it like it's nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I did ayahuasca with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
But I thought for the most part the drug thing, like like you said, kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did like the guy. It was just the boy and him smashing his
Yeah,
head.
that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
That kept me into it.
It's quite good. It's a good
I like
party
it.
scene too. The
Yeah.
kissing the dog is very sad and funny. All of
The dog,
all of
yeah,
the weird
God.
sex stuff is pretty fun.
This is wild.
Like the fact that there is so much like deeply affecting gross stuff in there.
Right.
Mhm.
Like the fact that the boyfriend character whose name is I don't remember
Daniel.
Daniel somehow he gets in what does he get? What happens when a ghost gets in your body?
Possessed.
He gets possessed by a horny ghost.
Yeah, they're just
Uh-huh.
ready to
who's just like,
fuck.
and he starts making out with the dog.
Hell yeah.
Which I heard they cut 30 minutes out of that scene, so God only knows what.
Well, they kept trying to cut, but the actor was like, "No, I want to stay in it.
No,
I
look,
wanna stay in this
keep
scene."
rolling.
Yeah, just wait. Can we take that again?
I mean, I will say the shocking things are the things that I like, just because
Yeah.
the movie, it's like the movie story is not shocking, but
Yeah.
there's shocking
No.
scenes.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it like kind of threw me off, is because I was like expecting almost more from it because of how insane those first couple of scenes were.
Yes.
True.
With like the dog thing, even the like foot sucking.
Yeah,
like
that was
there was so many like
wild.
weird like fetish nods
Yeah,
in there.
for sure.
Yeah.
So like
That was interesting.
so it was weird to have this like super deep fucked up thing and then it also feel like a Are You Afraid of the Dark after school
Yes.
special.
That's true.
It also this is the second time I've seen it. Full disclosure.
You fucking liar.
Ew.
I'm sorry that I lied to everybody. I want to say on behalf of a Food Court Movie Podcast, I apologize for having seen this movie twice. But the thing I really noticed the first time, and maybe I noticed less this time because there were more people and we were like rocking and rolling a little bit more, it feels like maybe like 37% teen drama
Yeah.
Yeah.
and math 63% horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
could
there's
see
a
that.
lot of just I mean there's other stuff that worked for me is just simply like there's this moment when she's laying in bed with this guy Daniel who she once had a crush on
Yeah.
and maybe still does, and she like reaches out to touch him. She like places her arm against his leg,
Yeah.
and like throughout she's talking about like how lonely she is now that her mom is dead. But it's just like you just get the sense that she's just lonely in general. She's bad at talking to people.
Yeah.
The one weird like lesbian mean lady, she's like a mean girl, but she's also a lesbian. Is like, why the fuck did you bring her
Yeah,
here?
like,
right.
Just out loud,
Like,
right.
in
damn.
her face.
Like,
She's awesome. Great
she's
wild.
character. She's a great mean character. I
She's
was
so awful.
Yeah, I think it would have been nice because I really liked the way they did the scene with the foot sucking ghost.
Oh.
Like the way like the main character is viewing it and like she's like, "Oh no, I can't stop it," but then it's her doing it.
Yeah.
I wish they had played up that more. I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
more scenes of that happening would have been
Yeah.
kind of interesting. But yeah,
But it can't all be good, fellas.
it can't all be good.
Do I
Those
have
are-
other things that are good?
Well, I like the like kind of subtle creepiness, like when I think it's Riley, right? The kid who smashes his head.
Yes.
He's like too scared, so he goes to sleep with Mia.
Yeah.
Just
They don't
they're
fuck.
just hanging out.
Yeah, they sleep in a bed.
They're sleeping next to each other, and then like you see Mia like reach over and grab like his phone and the
Yeah.
headphones, and then this like really gross hand like
Yeah.
touches him, and you're like,
good.
ugh, creepy.
Also, the creepy old man at
Oh,
the end.
gross.
I think that's one of the things that I like about it is that early on, we as an audience member know that Mia believes that she's speaking to her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're pretty sure that she isn't.
Yeah, it's so
That
creepy.
she's like speaking to very, at the very least, mean spirits.
Yeah.
Or creepy. I don't know. Who knows what they are?
The way
Um,
they look, it seems like they're pretty mean.
They're
Something's
bad.
up, yeah.
And we know that she's just being taken for a ride.
yeah.
And she's being used for their purposes, which is just to like have fun killing kids.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
The
love
spirits like to kill
it.
kids.
They really do.
And if you were dead, wouldn't you do the same?
I mean,
Who are we to judge?
I would definitely do pranks. I would, make things move and be like, got him again.
These idiots.
Yeah, these idiots.
Hey, you should have seen the kid's face that I smashed. It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Classic prank.
He was like, boom, boom, boom.
They're in the spirit world, high-fiving. Hell yeah.
Yeah, their hands go through each other. Oh, sorry.
I like that bit.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that I also like that that Mia has she has a moment of heroism, which is sending herself to her death into
Yeah.
like purgatory, which is like a very sad,
Yeah.
like heroic moment where
She's
she's
like,
like,
well.
"Oh, I'm gonna kill this little kid and save him," and then finally she's like, "Wait, that's not my mom.
I'm gonna kill myself.
and I'm gonna kill myself instead."
Yeah. I wonder if she had just not done that and just waited, would they have gone away? Or
I
Which-
think so. Well,
eventually, I
we're
guess?
led to believe at least
Yeah,
that
the kid seemed
the
better.
kid is fine, so maybe she would have been fine.
Who knows?
It is. I will give it a few different thumbs up for like just a deeply sad ending.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, shit's fucked.
that early on, it's I can't tell you what it reminded me of because I don't want to spoil a different movie for it. But it reminds me. There's this one movie that I quite like where early on they're like, oh. I had this dream where we're two eggs and we're together forever,
Whoa.
and that and it pays back in a similar
Whoa,
way.
interesting.
But she early on is like, yeah, I always have this dream where I look in the mirror and I don't have a reflection. And the moment you hear that, you're like, oh
That's not
man,
good.
she's doomed
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I will say that is a thing that I did like about it because, like, when it was in that end scene where she's chasing her dad around, I was
Yeah.
like, if they fix this,
Me
I'm going to
too.
be so pissed off. Like, if she comes back and they're like, oh, everything's actually fine. We called the cops.
We
you know,
called
like,
yeah, yeah, you
like-
can't really come back from kidnapping
No.
someone from a hospital.
and killing your dad. So, like, the fact that
Yeah.
it just ends on such
Yeah.
a note of despair, I thought that was good.
Yeah,
So
it was
dark.
wild. I like the lighting on that, where like it's her, what is it called?
Silhouette.
Profile?
Oh,
Silhouette, yeah. And then the candle
Yeah,
light.
that was cool.
I was
She
like, that
sees
looks
the
neat.
distant candle. It's good.
And the guy's like, "Atácate to me." And
Hey, I'm from Spain or somewhere. Hey, how's it going there, Gus? Do you want to talk with me? Hey, over
That's
in my house, we
interesting.
got a nice pizza that you want to
Now,
have.
what I didn't understand,
Ooh.
did they have a hand, or is that just a guy who is able to do it, or something? Because I didn't see another
Oh.
hand there.
Well, it's her hand, though.
But is it? But did they have a sculpture hand?
I wonder.
I don't know.
On the other side,
Yeah, because I didn't see. I just saw his hand.
I mean, we
don't know.
see the hand not being held or touched by anyone, just sitting on a pillow. So maybe once Mia kills herself,
She's the.
it just like goes to the department. No, it doesn't go to the department store. It goes
Yeah.
to Goodwill
Yeah,
or something.
That would be
And
amazing.
they're like,
if that
oh,
was
this is an interesting statue.
Oh, okay.
I do
sure.
like that the prop is just like a $15 thing you get at
Yeah.
Target
Yeah.
Yeah,
and just write stuff all over it.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised they never broke it.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have
surprising.
broke
Yeah.
that immediately.
Like
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do the breaking it and then it's fully formed back together thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
yeah, that would have been
Does
interesting.
T1000.
I would have burned
Mhm.
it at least.
Yeah, no one
It's ceramic.
attempted
Do you burn
to
ceramic things?
destroy it.
Gotta.
If you're listening and can you burn ceramic?
I
I
get-
mean, you can burn pretty much everything, but
It would probably have to be so hot, like because a kiln gets so hot it makes it.
oh
bad.
yeah.
But if you'd have to go double kiln. maybe.
Okay, if the hand was in the Twin Towers,
Oh.
Yeah.
would it melt faster or slower than the steel beams?
Right in.
Yeah.
All the
Tweet at
experts
us.
on that.
If
Talk
you,
to us.
If you made the documentary Small Change in 2002, please let us know about the hand. But it
Yeah.
can't all be positive
It can't
stuff.
all be positive.
Michael, what's the low man of this picture?
Okay, so the low man for me of this picture is the marketing surrounding the movie.
Really?
I hate it. I hate when they do this is the scariest movie
Oh,
of
yeah.
all
Oh,
time. It's just a bad
Doesn't
idea.
help.
And
Yeah.
you're just like, well, no, it obviously isn't going to be. And then I mean, I get it because it creates all this discourse. People
Yeah.
are like, the movie fucking sucked, dude. Go back to the old days when movies were scary. You know, that
Yeah.
bullshit. So I guess maybe that's what they're going after. But I just
Yeah.
always hate that. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It had good moments, but
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like, yeah.
I
don't know.
had quite a fine time. I liked it much better than both of you, it seems.
Yeah, I thought it was
But
fun.
even then, I mean, it's not the scariest thing
No.
I've ever seen.
I just don't need that preface.
It was just like a fun time at the movies.
Yeah, they just say that. It's a fun time at the movies.
It's just a good time, isn't it? Nice to go out with your friends and have a good time.
It is.
I mean, I
got-
had a good time. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what
But
the
it's
worst
just, man-
time? Well, you know what the worst thing is, Gary?
What?
You tell me.
Yeah.
All right, number 1, Australia. That's where it starts.
Wow.
I think that's where it starts with me.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I heard
no.
somebody say marmot, I was like,
Marmot.
what the fuck is
Give me
this
a marmot.
movie?
Give me one marmot.
The Gerst.
Yeah, so it's probably Australia. I think this rubbed me the wrong way right off the bat is when it does the hard cut to them singing in the car.
Oh, that
I
was
am
bad.
tired
yeah.
of people singing in cars like
Yeah.
in movies
I'm
to like
sorry.
make
I
us
agree.
like them.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is like it's so hard to like everybody. Like the main character to me, it's like when the movie was over, I was like, you got what you deserved.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, because she just keeps doing it, and she makes that kid get killed,
Yeah.
basically jacked up.
She's very stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Her solution is always just like more. Like,
Right,
do it
exactly.
Again. Okay, it didn't work. Do it again. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Maybe
like-
if we did more acid, we
Yes.
could help your brother.
Yep. she's very sick.
yeah. Ugh.
I'm trying to think of what the thing is. I guess I don't. Okay, you guys talk about more bad things, and I'll try to think of more bad things.
I think.
What's the worst thing?
The dad not having accent was just weird. I was
It's
like,
weird.
what? And she should have been like, you're American, Dad. Like,
Uh-huh.
you won't get us Australian things. But instead
Why
he's
would
just
you
like,
say that?
you know, give us some context. Why is he just like, hey, talk to me, man. What's up?
Daughter.
I know we live in
Hello.
Australia, but like, it's okay.
Are you saying that people can't move to Australia?
No, they can't. Okay, I'm sick of it. I'm sorry to the woke people.
Sorry. Sorry if you love immigration, but
Yeah,
actually, I
look.
think it's bad.
Yeah.
And actually, I bet there's plenty of hardline, far right
Probably.
Australians who are like, yes, black
Definitely.
people
Right,
should
Mike.
not immigrate to
Yeah.
Australia.
Immigrant.
We've got our own. We've got our own
Rainbow.
black people here.
Yeah.
We don't need no more black people. Here. That's how they talk over in
That
Australia.
is how they talk.
If you're listening and you are from Australia, I want to
we
apologize.
love you. We love you.
I
mates.
was. It's mostly Gary's fault, and we'll never have him back on the podcast
Yeah.
ever again.
Look, you fucking white.
They're prisoners. They've had it. They've had it
Yeah.
hard enough.
I guess
Gary.
so.
I did have a moment when the bully lady was
Marmot?
talking, and I was like, "Are Australians just mean British people?"
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
They're
"Dang."
all roasting
She's
each other
mean.
Yeah, they're
constantly.
incredibly cruel.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I don't like any of them. They're teenagers. They suck.
Yes,
Right.
that's
But
true.
It is tough. I've had this with some movies in the past when every character just kind of sucks. You're like,
Yeah.
This is really tough for me. But at least in horror, the bad things are happening. Like, I would have loved to see the bully girl get fucked up. And
Yeah.
the dude who's just like facilitating all these,
Yeah.
like, let him get totally fucked up.
Yeah.
He was almost one of the more likable characters.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply because like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Whereas the others know what they're doing.
Yeah,
This
that's
is just
true.
a dumb guy
Yeah.
who's on accident ruining everybody's
Yeah.
lives.
I also liked the bully lady, but
Yeah.
just because she's so awful,
Mhm.
she's like so mean to everybody, and
Horribly
it's weird
mean.
because she has that like drug dealer energy, where
Yeah.
like people have to be nice to her because
Yeah.
she has the
Totally.
drugs.
She's got the hand.
yeah, she's got the ghost hand.
I mean, when I first saw her, I thought she was like a bully from Boy Meets World.
Oh,
or something.
absolutely.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the
Who
fuck is
this?
going on?
I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, she's got oversized. She's got the classic '90s T-shirt over a
Yes.
long sleeve shirt.
Yes.
That's how you know
Mean.
that. But one, you're mean, but also that you're pretty cool.
And-
Just a
yeah,
mean
stylish.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, that's great.
The entire child cast of Home Improvement
Oh yeah,
put
mean,
into one gal.
Yeah.
mean Simba.
I think that was Mother Lo Mein is when I saw it was an A24 movie. I was like, oh, this would be really good. And then I was kind of like, this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And I went into this movie blind. I didn't even know
That's
it
nice.
existed.
Oh, wow,
until
that's
Sean sent me
crazy.
the thing.
I heard it was based off some YouTube thing at first or something, but I haven't.
The boys who made it,
Uh-huh.
the brothers who made it, have some big YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Which is
okay.
Good for them.
Yeah, good
and
for
I'll
them.
say honestly, it doesn't feel like YouTube, which is
Yeah,
good.
that is good.
Thank
yeah.
God it doesn't feel like YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
It works out though. We saw with like Lights Out. That started as a YouTube
Yes.
video, and I really like that movie.
Hey, if you're listening, Jurgen Barnson.
yeah.
Now that poor bastard is stuck making Shazam movies.
Oh,
well, I guess the
God.
last one bombed big, so maybe he'll be able to actually make good
I would
movies
just
again.
purposely make those movies as bad as like just get
Oh,
me
yeah.
out of these contracts
Yeah.
after a while. That'd be terrible. Anyway, all that to say, studios, we have a catalog of YouTube videos. If you want to hire us
Yeah.
to make a movie,
It did make me think, like, oh, well, maybe I need to finally make my movie.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Maybe I need to write a movie that I can actually make and just
Send
go
it
ahead
to
and make it.
A24.
No.
No.
Well, actually, I don't. I think A24 is fine, but I think they're just like most studios, where it's
Yeah.
like if they make
Right.
some good movies and they make some bad
True,
movies,
yeah.
and I think the thing they have going for them is that like they are just more often than not making weird stuff. which
Yeah,
is
I like
cool.
that
Yeah.
a lot. They're always weird.
And it's
In
cool
some way.
anytime that weird movies get to be played
I
in
agree.
places.
I like a weird movie.
I like
The weirder, the better.
I was going to say, the dead kangaroo was a pretty likable character.
I can't believe they killed him. Kangaroo Jack.
I know. I was
Fucking
thinking it'd be
dead.
funny to edit that kangaroo into a Kangaroo Jack trailer.
Yeah.
Just twitching on the ground.
The movie, the Kangaroo Jack, the movie is what he's seeing as he's dying. He's just like,
Yeah.
good die, Mike.
Okay, this is the worst part.
Oh.
The low man of the picture is the mom sometimes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I think there's sometimes when she's fine, but there's one moment in the car. The mom is crying and smoking because, of course, her son smashed his head against all of the house.
Yes.
And her daughter comes, walks through the rain, and sits next to her and like tries to hold her hand, and the mom like pulls the hand away, and that is like so deeply unlikable.
Yeah, it's like
Where she suddenly becomes the least likable of all these unlikable
Yeah.
characters. Where it's like,
Yeah.
wait, your daughter is had one of the worst
Yeah.
nights you could possibly
Yeah.
have, and you're not gonna hold her hand.
Yeah, very strange.
Fucking weird.
And
And I
then-
mean, it's also strange because she isn't always like that.
No, she like
Right.
is
For
a
the
really
most part, she's
likable
like
at
kind
first.
of silly and fun, and even later she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was just mad." But
Whoops.
it's like, well,
Yeah, it was
that's
a weird
not,
moment.
That's not how people act when they're mad.
And you didn't really need it because she already had the moment where she like blows up at Mia, like
Yeah.
get out of here. Like it was just kind of extra.
Yeah.
And why would she stop smoking if she's like not even gonna care about her dog?
Right.
Like just keep smoking in the
Yeah.
car. Who gives a shit? That would have been more meaningful, I think. Like her just keeping smoking and not talking to the daughter, and the
Yeah.
daughter's like trying to connect. I don't know. Some just issues I had with the movie.
Just lay some issues on us.
I just feel like it was weird. I get that, like, who's gonna buy that we're grabbing a hand and getting possessed, like after the kid's banging his head. But you all have video, like extensive video of people
Yes.
looking possessed,
Yes.
their eyes freaking out.
Yeah.
show that to the police and be like, this is literally what happened. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get, like, there was no reason to not show them and not try to explain that.
Yeah.
And that's always something in horror movies where it's like they have to find some weird way to get around, not just like being like, hey, something
Right.
fucked up's happening.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. And I'm pretty sure the cops would have been like, let's take that hand into the evidence or something. Like, it was kind of
Yeah.
weird. It was just like, whatever.
I
Just
wonder.
leave it. I don't know how it works in Australia though.
I don't know either.
It's a lawless society. there.
Lawless, yeah. Lawless.
Lar.
It's Wallaby Law.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Hello, I'm Judge Wallaby. I'm
Wallaby.
It's a
Order in the kangaroo court.
Kangaroo.
That's a terrible
in,
Australian
in
accent.
Australia they really have a kangaroo court.
Yeah.
It's just like Oppenheimer.
Ooh, more like hopping.
Ooh, kangaroo court Oppenheimer. Write that down.
Writing it down.
Yes.
I don't know. Not to be nitpick, but yeah,
You should
it just,
nitpick.
some of it.
That's
I
the
was
whole
like,
point of a
yeah, I guess
podcast.
so. We're just
It's
talking
to
about
be
it.
really annoying.
But yeah,
We're just here to annoy people.
truly.
And so that when they're listening, they go, "Oh fuck, I gotta listen to more because these people's opinions are fucking
totally.
stupid.
I get some.
I hate this."
I've been getting some feedback of just like, I actually agree with you guys when you say these horrible things.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Who
pretty
says
exciting.
that?
I get messages. People are like, I did also think Spider-Verse was a total fucking mess.
What? Michael, do they agree with you when
Yeah,
you
they do.
get completely insane?
Yeah, they love it. They go, oh yeah. They start acting like that guy in this movie. They start humping
Oh,
the ground,
Yeah.
making out with their dogs.
If you're listening, you don't know that there are about 25 Canadian geese walking through the parking lot
They're really
right now,
cool, very
which
beautiful.
is one of the many pleasures of coming to the Opry Mills.
Yes,
Is that sometimes you get to see some Canadian geese wander around.
it's awesome.
And if you're really lucky, you get to see them completely stop traffic,
yeah,
and they are just completely
They don't care
fearless.
at
They're
all.
like, "Hey, if you got to run over me, you got to run
yeah,
over me."
I really think
But
they would just.
I do not care.
It's just-
Yeah.
It's like the video of that car like wrecking into the guy, but the car explodes around him in slow-mo. It's just a goose.
That's why. Yeah, they're pretty brave.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, baby.
What else happened in Talk to Me?
What else did happen? I mean, it was fun. It was interesting.
I feel strangely out of things to say about it, even though I liked it.
Yeah, I don't. There's not. I mean, it's pretty just kind of straightforward. You kind of start to get where it's going.
Yes,
towards
that's
the end.
true.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, either she's gonna throw him into the. That would have been amazing if she did just throw
Yes.
him into.
That
Yeah.
is pretty good.
And
And they both die. at
Yeah,
the
they
end.
Oh,
both-
that'd
have
be
been
pretty good.
That's,
crazy.
yeah.
And they're both just being like touched up by a bunch of dead people.
Oh.
That part was freaky. I
Which
was like, ooh.
I don't know if you guys noticed this.
Gross.
There's a split frame in that part where she goes into purgatory where there is someone eating a baby.
Oh
Really?
yeah,
Yes.
that did flash.
100%.
Yeah, I was like,
Awesome.
ooh, yikes! That whole scene was really
Yeah.
creepy.
Now, real question:
Uh-huh.
is that just stuff that the bad ghosts are showing her, or is that truly what's happening?
Who knows?
I have no idea.
They really don't explore much past what is actually happening.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
it's probably for the best, maybe. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if I want
Oh,
to see more.
No,
No,
if they
yeah,
were
that's
like, we're
creepy.
going to meet the man who made the hand, I'd be like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. But how does it work?
yeah.
Oh well, actually, what happened is I put it in a cauldron and I put 3 drops of
Yeah.
I think,
yeah.
I mean, not to poo-poo on the movie too much, but I think it's that it tries to handle like drug stuff and just does such a bad job of it.
Yes.
I think it's like, if you want to make a scary movie, make a scary movie. But if you're trying to make, something like Hereditary, at
Yeah.
least try. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
and not
that.
saying Hereditary is great, but it's like, I felt like they wanted to do this like impressive story about, mothers and daughters and it's just like, and about drug addiction, and it just doesn't. it doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel that.
I agree with that.
And I think the reason why it's weird is because the movie's so mature with the like disturbing scenes,
Yes.
and I mean it earns the R rating.
Yeah.
So for the like concept behind it to be so like TV, you know, after school TV special
Yeah.
sort of vibe, it just is so weird to me.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's
I
a
think that's it.
slapdash.
Because it's like I feel like you know there's maybe directors now that want to like try to make a good horror movie to like be respected,
Yes.
because of the A24 stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, it feels like somebody who was like, "Oh, we got this horror movie. What if we try to do something?" And I don't really understand how real human emotion works.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to formulate,
Yeah.
you know, some sort
Yeah.
of plot about drug addiction. I think that's what bugs me about it. Is like it seems like someone trying to write about human emotion who does not understand it, and I think that's why the characters all seemed so bad to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
feel
also one of the things that I sometimes get stopped by in the A24 movies is that they do seem like they are trying to do more than be just a fun horror movie, which
Yeah.
can work and it cannot work.
Right.
Like there's sometimes that it just does not work, and there's sometimes that it does work. But I just think maybe they just have some house style,
Yeah.
or that is just what they are drawn to.
I
In the
feel that.
same way that, like, you know, Blumhouse movies they're drawn to stuff that is kind of fun but also is socio-political in nature. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, this is a fun horror movie, but it's also
Yeah.
sort of about race relations in
Yeah,
America,
yeah.
or,
Right.
you know, something like that. And that's fine. I just sometimes if you're trying to like make something that is a little more heady or a little more emotional, it's just harder to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
It's just hard. It's just a harder thing to do. Not that making just a scary ass movie isn't hard,
Yeah.
but I think it's hard. It's harder to make both of them happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a horror movie functions in many of the same ways as a comedy.
Yeah.
And so it's just like if you're trying to like wedge together things that don't always necessarily fit easily. It's like, well, okay, we're following the emotions of this person, and then there's a ghost.
Right.
And it's like, oh well, these
Yeah.
are hard to put together in the same
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. I think I much prefer just like a fun horror movie.
Yeah.
Not trying to say too much, just have a good time
Yeah.
and send you on your way home. That's
What was
my
it,
favorite.
like? What was the horror movie with Pete Davidson we watched not long ago?
Oh,
seen that.
buddy.
Yeah, man, like I liked that, and it
Yeah.
was like, and it kind of had a similar vibe, but it's just like, I don't know. I think maybe the girl reminded me too much of myself. That's probably what it was. Just
Yeah.
self-centered,
Self-centered.
drug addict, ignoring
black.
all.
Yeah.
Trying to kill kids.
Yeah, just ignoring everybody's well-being.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pushing through no matter what,
Yeah.
doing drugs no matter what.
Yeah.
Dreaming about the mirror. Yeah, I did like the part where she's asleep and like goes like floats into the air and it turns
Oh,
into
yeah, that was cool,
That was
yeah.
a nice little moment. I've seen something like that before, but I can't remember what. Like it reminded me of
I
something.
feel like that's sort of a TikTok thing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. TikTok.
I'm sorry to
I saw
say.
TikTok that.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say.
It did
I
have
feel
a
like
TikTok.
I feel like there's lots of those like, oh, is someone's laying in bed? Oh my God, they're standing
They're
up.
Right.
But I thought that it was used at least a little more poetically than it is in a
Yeah.
TikTok, where she turns around and she sees Daniel and they kiss, and then she's behind Daniel
Yeah.
when they cut back, and then Daniel's gone when they cut back
Daniel
again.
gone.
I like that kind
Yeah,
of
that
stuff.
was cool.
I wish she had been making out with Daniel and it had been the dog again. That'd have been a
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, everybody just keeps accidentally fucking the dog. Oh my god.
Stop fucking that
Cheeto,
dog.
or whatever his name
Cheeto.
was.
Oh yeah, it was something weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. Every time they said it, I didn't know what
Die,
they were referring to.
Ida.
Myra.
Poo poo.
Ida.
But
Well, we can't only talk about Talk to Me.
no, we can't.
We have to
please.
talk about the other movies we watched this week, which brings us to a segment we like to call Pan Express Presents. Express yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play the song.
Ding dong ding 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 dong ding ding dong 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 ding ding dong 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 ding dong ding dong dong. It's time for the Panda Express. Boop boop, because we got some things to express. Ding ding about the things we want to do this week. Meow. Getting a little wild there.
Yes.
That was the remix. New one.
Did you watch anything this week, Mike?
Well, my week's been filled with moving, so I didn't have time to watch a movie. I'm sorry.
Gary?
I've been getting into watching like anime from like the 80s and 90s.
No.
Here we go again.
I don't like new anime. Like I am not in that world.
Sorry.
But I basically been on a stint of like horror animes and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So John sent me a video. It was like 10 of the most fucked up animes. So I watched one of them on the list, and then I found another one. The one that I watched, it was like the animator he couldn't find anybody to animate this movie with him. Like everyone refused to do it.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just so fucked up.
Oh no.
I mean, there's a part where like a girl like throws puppies on the ground and like stomps on
Oh
them
my gosh.
and puts them in a soup. And I was like, put it on before I went to bed. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to put on some waterfall sounds.
Yeah,
or something.
that sounds a little better. That's crazy.
Gary, you need to stop this shit.
I mean, man, it's funny.
Oh, okay. Well, you sold me on it.
Yeah,
What is it
sounds
called?
great.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's great.
Most of it I can't
Just
pronounce.
Google
Yeah.
that scene.
If you remember which hentai movie
yeah.
Gary watched about a girl stomping on puppies and turning them into
Yeah.
a soup, tweet at us at Food for
Hentai.
Oh,
Cats.
it was called Puppy Soup. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
My friend once did. I remember back when I had this office job. My friend sent me an email that was like, "You got to check out this anime movie." And I opened it, and it was just like all these naked women just like transforming into like thing creatures.
Yeah.
And I was
There's
like,
a very
"Oh my
fine
God."
line
Like,
on a lot of that
I
stuff.
was
Yeah.
like, oh
It's like
my
I don't know if this is hentai
Yeah.
or what.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't watch this.
It's
at work.
on Tubi, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
More like booby, if you know what I mean.
Giving
More
me
like
a tubby,
Scooby.
giving me a half tub.
Scooby Dooby.
Oh my God.
You know what I watched, fellas?
What'd you watch?
What did I watch? I watched Oppenheimer again.
Classic.
of
Oh my
course.
gosh.
And I watched a new anime, Gary. Sorry.
Oh, a new one.
Strangely called The First Slam Dunk,
The first.
Interesting.
which is it is just a regular sports movie.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just literally about one game of basketball,
That's cool.
That's
and the
Wow.
entire movie. There's like tons of flashbacks and not dreams, but just like every character has a flashback at some point.
Wow.
And sometimes we go into the thoughts of like the opposing team, but it is from the beginning to the end of a single basketball game.
Wow.
That's pretty
the
cool.
first
It's
slam
quite
dunk.
fun.
That's interesting.
I quite enjoyed it. It's
Wow.
it's really weird,
Uh-huh.
just the way it's put together, because it is, at first they're just like literally just an animated basketball game, so they're just
Interesting.
like passing the basketball and yelling and shooting the basketball, and then slapping hands, and then
Woo,
moving
basketball.
down to the other side of the court, and then playing another play. And then eventually,
amazing.
like, they start flashing back to the times when people met, and
Met. Like in
people on the team, how
like
they met each other.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like, oh man, we used to meet people, but you meant like when the people. Okay, I was.
You
like,
remember in the
what?
old days when people used to meet people?
I was like, hold up.
But so they're like remembering their relationships to each other, and also they're like slowly discovering their powers as basketball players as the
Yes.
game goes on,
Yes.
and like some of them get injured in the game, and they keep playing, and it's pretty fucking
That
good.
sounds great.
I was saddened to find out that it was quite good.
Ah, you're hooked.
There's never never anything worse than enjoying an anime.
Well,
yeah. I get it, man.
Because then you have to talk about it to other people, and they're like,
is
"Oh
really
my
tough.
god, you fucking
But
loser!"
at least you're doing it on a podcast where
Yeah, no one will
many
know.
people.
No one will ever hear
know.
this. Thank God. This
Yeah.
is also where I confess to murder.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
no one will ever hear it.
Most new anime is just I do not understand it.
Yeah.
All the new characters, I'm like, all these characters look like they're from the same genre, the same
Yeah.
fucking TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's one giant universe.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. There's some random ones where I'll be like, "Oh, this has a weird style. I like that." But
Mhm.
Well, you guys would
Yeah.
love the first Slam Dunk because it is like that.
Yeah.
Like they are, the characters are literally look like all of the other characters from all the other anime movies. But instead of like shooting lasers or going, oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
what? Why are you
Nice
doing this to
try.
me?
yeah, nice try.
Pretty funny idea you have.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, they're just like, I'm playing basketball.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sometimes it's
Check
cool
it out.
to see like regular things animated because it's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, like you
Yeah.
have to really think about like, oh, what is it? What am
Yeah.
the process
Right.
of dribbling? Like that is really interesting.
I also really
Technically.
enjoy in anime a thing that is never happens in really any other movie,
Mm-hmm.
especially now, is sometimes they will just show a still picture and slowly move in or out on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Like there is no emphasis on stillness in hardly any movie.
Yeah.
But there's
True.
just sometimes when there's just like a drawing of a thing.
Yeah.
It's an anime drawing, and then you look at it for a few seconds and you go, "Oh, that's cool."
Wow, that's nice.
There's like and I know this sounds stupid, there's like an appreciation of the art.
Yeah, you go,
Which-
okay,
yeah.
this is
Which,
pretty amazing.
you know, some other movies could really stand to do.
Would be nice.
Just like, what if you just went, "Oh, we just tried to make a pretty picture with this
Yeah.
movie."
I think that's why I like a lot of the old stuff, is because
Yeah.
it's almost like just good cinematography.
Yes,
Where you're
oh
like,
my
oh
gosh.
man, that's cool. I wonder
Yeah.
if you could
It's
do
so
that in a
thought
movie.
out.
you know?
Oh, speaking of which,
Oh.
have you seen the vertical Akira?
No.
I
The
had.
vertical Akira?
I think I have. Is
Somebody used AI to expand Akira vertically so it fits in the phone shape.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
And of course it looks cool.
Yeah.
Because the AI absolutely nails the Akira look.
Whoa.
But it's also just like, why would you do such a horrible thing to one of
Yeah.
our great masterpieces?
Yeah, I
yeah.
was trying to follow the thread of that. I was like, wait, that's a good thing?
No, I
No,
was-
like-
I don't think it's good. It's
Okay.
an interesting thing that's
Okay,
horrible.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, wait.
Yeah, I saw like Star Wars ones, of course.
Yeah.
I saw a Blade Runner one.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Interesting.
it's one of those things you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, the only thing I could see it being helpful with is for like, you know, companies trying to promote a movie
Yes,
online.
true.
And they're like, well, it looks
Absolutely.
like shit because we're trying to frame
Yeah,
this thing
exactly.
vertically and
Yeah.
it's not
It's
shot
such a
for that.
nightmare.
Yeah.
So it might help for that.
Hey, we'll use it with the video version of this podcast.
Yeah.
We shoot it horizontal, so we'll just
Yeah.
we're
So-
all somehow like squished
I mean,
together.
I fuck with it's just Adobe's generative fill,
Yeah.
so you can just fill in the space above or below it. It's pretty
What?
sweet.
Does it
That's
fill
crazy.
in video?
It has to be a still shot.
Interesting.
Ah, interesting.
So I'm sure in that Akira thing it was probably all still
Oh,
shot.
yeah, it must have been a
Oh, that
fucking
makes
nightmare.
sense. Because
Yeah,
videos are
because I
much
mean,
stills.
you pretty much just select above it, below it,
Yeah.
press enter, and it'll do it.
boom, boom,
It's
above,
fucking
below.
crazy.
I mean, in this video, you could at least do above us.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do
You
a
could
whole
select-
car like in front of us.
Yeah.
We could turn in like a F1 car,
That'd be
have like
great.
the Hollywood sign behind it.
Yeah.
Wow, it sure is great recording this podcast
Yeah.
while
I
we're
love
driving.
it. Yeah, that would be amazing.
I think I said you should green screen
That would
the
be
car
amazing.
and just have like you guys driving down the interstate all the time on the video. Just not even trying to
I
drive.
love it. That would be awesome.
Fellas,
Maybe.
it's been such a pleasure doing this
really
podcast with
has.
you guys. And I want to say, on behalf of Gary Fletcher, Actually, before I say that, I want to say, give us 5 stars on your apps. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Give us reviews on Apple Podcasts. Tweet at us at Food Courtcast.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Retweet us on things. Put us in your stories.
Retube us.
Retube us.
Talk to us.
Tube us up, baby. Tube us up and lube us up. On behalf of Gary Fletcher and on behalf of Michael Hampton, my name is Sean Parrott, saying to you wonderful people, bon appetit.